What are some terrifying human body facts? A thing I didn't know until it happened this last summer right after I turned 30. You can just develop epilepsy. And the type of seizure and where it happens in your brain affects what happens during the seizure. And not all seizures are the go unconscious and shake kind. You can be aware during them. It was already mentioned in another comment, but Studep said an unexpected death in epilepsy is where you just go into a seizure and never wake up. And people who have seizures in their sleep are most at risk. Thrombocytopenia. It is extremely low platelet count. What causes it? A million things. What are the symptoms? Tiny purple spots and bruising and you feel tired. What does it mean when you have it? You can bleed to death internally from bumping against a counter. My doctor told me I could literally bleed to death from a paper cut. But I'm feeling much better now. Cancer is a disease in which some of the body's cells grow uncontrollably and spread to other parts of the body. Cancer survival rates are the thing that will scare you. I am in there. Never Google your own condition. If you are unlucky enough, you could lose your ability to fall asleep. At all. I think it's called fatal insomnia. It starts as regular insomnia that gets worse and worse until sleep medication doesn't do anything anymore. You never sleep again. There's no cure. All you could do is wait for one of the slowest deaths ever. You can experience such a traumatic brain injury, physical trauma, stroke, illness to the point where you are still capable of consciousness, but lose the ability to distinguish faces, including those of your loved ones. The condition is known as agnosia. Your muscles are far more powerful than you think. There is just a governor of sorts that prevents you from going full strength, because your muscles would break your bones. There are certain nerve agents that can turn this governor off and literally kill people with bone-breaking muscle contractions. The spinal cord is scarily easy to access once you get through the skin fat muscles of the back. Just pop off the lamina and boom, direct access to the dural sac holding the spinal cord. Thankfully, the fat and muscles take quite a bit of work to get through. Well, just this week there was a woman local in her late 20s who died of a toothache. She had posted on FB about needing a dentist over the weekend and decided to wait till Monday. Sunday morning she was gone. The infection went to her brain. Some of us carry genes that if switched on will try to kill us. You also have warm vomit in your stomach right now, so 3. Oh, what a wonderfulness the human body can do! You can also break a rib by sneezing. Although rare, it's possible to contract a brain-eating amoeba, scientifically known as Naegleria fowleri, from inhaling untreated tap water, i.e. from your shower. Death after infection occurs 97% of the time. I noticed this after my abdominal surgery. When I turned over in bed, my gut seemed to fall from one side to the other. Mentioned to my doc and she confirmed it was my bowels rearranging themselves. Locked-in syndrome is a thing. The affected person is fully aware and unable to move anything except their eyes. Unless you get total locked-in syndrome, which paralyzes the eyes too. All our bodies are fighting off blood cancer all the time. Immune system kills spontaneous blood cancer cells every day. You can set a fingernail on fire lighting a candle. Did this today, and it burned fairly quickly but did not smell as bad as burnt hair or flesh. No nail enamel, either. Female bodies perform abortions all the time. Many fertilized eggs don't stick to the uterine walls and are flushed out of the woman's body with her period. I'd cry, but I find it kind of freaky that the heart never stops pumping. Like from the moment we're born to the moment we die, it's just a constant movement. Pancreatic cancer could be growing for decades before suddenly shows itself with painless jaundice. From that point could have less than a year to live. You can have a stroke and not even know it unless you have a brain scan. Lots of little mini strokes you don't even know about till boom, one kills you. When listening to music, your heartbeat syncs up to the rhythm or more changes a rhyme of your heart. Not so much terrifying, just interesting. Your immune system doesn't know that your eyes exist. If they ever found out, they would destroy them. This is called immune privilege. The fastest killing virus takes around 4 days to kill you. That would be Ebola. Your immune system can kill you in 15 minutes. You can get vitiligo at any time. I'm in my early stages and I can do anything about it. Just watching my skin lose color. Almost everyone has Demodex mites living on their faces. Under a microscope they look like toothy alien worms. Fun times. While I think that the fact that we have tiny little mite-like insects just chilling on our skin is pretty unsettling. In the history of the human race, more people have been murdered by elbows than have died in war. That the skin is the largest organ. That freaks me out. Also epigenetics, that subject is scary. If your Achilles tendon ruptures, snaps, it sounds like a gunshot and is incredibly painful. Every cell in your body dies and renews every 7 years. You're a new person every 7 years. It takes the same strength to bite into a carrot as it does to bite off a human finger. When two people mouth kiss, they create a very long tube with a butthole on both ends. That every man will develop some sort of prostate cancer if they live long enough. Stabbing a person feels exactly like thrusting a spoon into a carton of ice cream. The mouth is by far the dirtiest part of anyone's body. Even more than the anus. The number of bacteria on your body is about the same as your own body cells. Tumors can have hair and teeth. I think I've worked for a couple of them. You can get an aneurysm at any time no matter how healthy you are. We all have mites living in our eyelashes. They remove dead skin. Milk lines can cause one to lactate from places other than nipples. Trying to scare my friends with these, so make them good please. Folded hands, prions. Just prions, man. Google them, or don't just prions. Vaginal myitis, but I wouldn't Google it if I were you. It's possible to vomit feces. Bowel obstruction, ileus,